why are they always fighting? Why are they always at each other's throat wherever they go, no matter where they at school, at the amusement park, airport, cruise, air, as you just seen on the airplane? Why are they like that? Again, there's many reasons that I won't get into on this episode. If you like subscribing and come on this channel, go look at some of my old videos. You'll see me break that down in different episodes. But in this particular episode, I want to use that particular exhibit to tell you this is why. This is why. This is why when y'all see and y'all don't understand, or y'all sitting down somewhere, and again, if you're non-white, this is your explanation. And if you're black, this is what you need to be course correcting. This is what you need to be trying to fix. But when you see all of this fighting and chaos within the black community, every single place we go, and you don't understand why, this is one of the main reasons why. Because this is what their leaders are doing. Now, these are two leaders. So I'm gonna read the caption. Before I read the caption, I want to say this. These are two black leaders, right? Two black, I would say, I guess, successful leaders in our community. One of the guys I know is at least 60 plus, the red guy. The other guy, I don't know. I know he's some type of, he's in some form of leadership in my hometown. And these two individuals almost came to blows, bro. These two, listen, this not Pookie and Ray Ray at the club. This not Tyrone and Jamal at the basketball court in the hood after a bad dice game or bad or hard foul. These are two supposed to be successful, God-fearing leaders in elected office and positions in my hometown. And this is how they're acting. So when you sit back and you don't understand why, this is why. One of the many reasons why. This is how their leaders act. This is how their leaders act, man. You mean to tell me, and I'm not for when it comes to education and well, let me not say that. I would say indoctrination, but because I would put my education against theirs, not for this like receipts from a scholastic institution. I don't have. They both have, I'm sure. And I wouldn't act like that. And again, I'm gonna tell you where they were as well. This was an event. This wasn't no, and it still shouldn't be happening. As two grown men of y'all supposed to be stats and y'all supposed to be leaders. Yeah, you know what leader means? See, people don't understand leader. They don't understand that word, leader. They think leader is just grandeur and money and opportunities. No, leader is you are looked up to. You are supposed to have a standard. That's why the scripture tells us, you who want to be leaders, you shouldn't want to be leaders because you get judged worship. But see, everybody want to be this. Everybody want the clout. Everybody want power, but they don't understand what come with that. Man, two leaders, man, I've been in that situation, man, and me and another politician, like I said, if it was on that type of level, because if it's on some street stuff, again, I shouldn't, at my age, I shouldn't be in that type of situation. Because the places that I put myself at is places where I know that this type of energy not going to even be there, right? This type of energy don't go where I go. But if it's a city, because I like, let's just do this, I like amusement parks, right? I like amusement parks, I like fairs, I like rodeos, and it's sometime that but again, this energy is something that has to be, it has to have it can't just, ain't nobody walking around just punching nobody. It has to happen for some reason. You skipped me in a line or you stepped on my shoes or something like that. So see me, I move with a purpose at all time, everywhere that I'm going. Right? That's number one. Number two, I don't put myself in certain situations, right? And I'm speaking from a standpoint of me personally, somebody who is not at their level in the Black leadership community or nothing like that there. And even me, I'm not about to fight you or do none of that. because it's not even gonna get there. If me and you having a conversation and I see your energy getting there, I'm a move around because I understand. I've been in prison. I know how it goes. I know it don't take but and bam, somebody in prison, somebody buried. As a matter of fact, it's funny that we talking about this Carmelo situation. It don't take none of this. And somebody going to the funeral home and somebody going to prison, or somebody going to the ER and somebody going to prison, right? I know that. So I'm not even gonna do that. If me and you having a debate about something or whatever, and I see you starting to get disrespectful and your energy going somewhere else, I'm gonna move around. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody but me. Cause guess what? Ain't you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if I'd have been on that level, or when I get to that level, or if I'm on that level at this point with certain people, listen, bro, it would have never got to that, right? These brothers in suits. Listen, man, I'm in my suit. You know what I mean? Listen, check this out. If it's a situation that I see you getting like that, and we at this level, we at an event, people watching, America's watching. Hey, bro, check this out. Calm down. Calm down. We gonna if I don't got your information, I'm sure they got each other information. But it wasn't nothing serious. It wasn't no situation where one of them was messing with each other's wife, one of them had messed with each other's children. It wasn't nothing like that. Because those type of situations, I understand, heat of the moment, hey, bro, it might, you know what I'm saying? But you still got to keep your emotions in check and regulate it. You're a grown man. And America is watching. Right? But anyway, so I'm one of them. Hey, bro, hold up. You put your hand in my face. Hey, bro, chill out. Look, maybe we got off on the wrong foot. So check this out. Meet me at so and so steakhouse. Meet me at so and so sushi, whatever, on me, and we're gonna have a conversation. You bring your team, your wife, and I bring my team, my wife. We're gonna go sit down. We're gonna everything on me. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna have us a nice A5 Kobe Wagyu steak. Or maybe your doctor told you what my doctor told me. Hey man, take it easy on the beach. So we're gonna have us some Japanese yellowtail. And we're gonna go sit down at that restaurant. Oh, I invite you to my crib. But what we not gonna do, as two supposed to be black leaders in position, we're not gonna do that in front of nobody. As a matter of fact, we're not gonna do that in private. Because I'm gonna handle the situation like a man. Men don't act like that. I understand nobody as an adult should act like that, but I understand women are emotional. Sometimes their emotions make them be impulsive. But again, this is what the black man is showcasing. This is what the black people are showcasing. And then you got all the black people, and this is another thing about black people that's bad, that's hurting them. They like to double down on foolishness. So you got a whole bunch of them in the comments talking about white people do it too. Look what just happened with the Pastor Tony Spell. Completely different situation. Somebody threatened this man's wife, threatened his daughter, they gonna rape him or whatever like that there. And guess what? Maybe he could have handled it a better way. He could have as a preacher, because I don't think the dude put his hand on him first. Now, when somebody put their hand on you first, that's kind of like a violation. But just for somebody's words, but again, coming at verbally saying something like that about my wife and my daughter, it might get ugly. I can't speak for nobody, but I won't judge Tony Spell for that. That's a different situation. This wasn't that situation. And I want to add this too. This is so funny about black people. This is a funny thing about black people that always caught me off guard, and I felt like it's weird since I came into the knowledge. And that is, only time they'll say, but white people do it, which is their favorite line, but white people do it too. They only say that when it's something bad. They never say that when it's something good. They never say that when it comes to keeping their family together. They never say that when it comes to performing nepotism for each other. They never say that when it comes to performing community, not generational wealth, community generational wealth, meaning for you and everybody who look like you. They never say this when you talk about building and creating things like corporations and and internet and stuff like that that makes the world turn. Beautifying the neighborhoods that to the point where everybody want to move there. They never talk about, but white people do it too when it comes to the good, is only the bad. But I digress. So I want to read the comments. I want to read the caption on this video. I'm going to play it one more time. And after that, we're going to get into today's episode. This is what the video says. I mean, the caption to the video. So a councilman, so one of the guys, a councilman, points his finger in the face of the head of African American Chamber of Commerce for saying he is violating the city ordinance, which prevents homeowners from using their property as junkyards with broken down cars. The council settlement, Ronnie Harvey, after the meeting, points his finger in the man who is old enough to be his father's face, calls him the B word. Again, this is not what we're supposed to do it over a political issue. Not because you're disrespecting my wife, my mother, my children, but over a political issue, you calling somebody old enough to be your father the B word? Calls him a B word, threatens to beat him up in a crowded hall of onlookers, moves aggressively towards him while dropping multiple F-bombs. The other person, Mr. Fitzgerald Darbone, is trying to leave the building, and some call him a gentle giant. There was nothing gentleman about his lack of self-control or his total absence of diplomacy. Question is his junk trucks piled in his yard against the law? If so, he is not above the law, simply led by example. Do what you expect the people who voted for you to do. Obey the law. Only one of these guys is an elected official. He should certainly apologize to his voters and attempt to make peace with the business leader as a true sign of diplomacy. I am also shocked that Mr. Harvey is an administrator with the school board working with children. Amazing. See what I told y'all? See? Why the children like this? This is their leaders. Let's continue. Which I am certain has been violated. His code of moral clause. Not a good look for the school board or city council. To add insult, the police are now investigating Mr. Harvey. Ran into the police first to attempt to claim to be the victim, to use his own words, B word. I'm saying, I'm not going to curse. I don't curse. The head of the Lake Charles City Council sets the tone of the room and the meeting. This was a complete failure of leadership and not only an embarrassment to the city, but the state and all of us who work tirelessly to vote to make sure African Americans are at the table to help write and enforce municipal policy. Now you have given those who are not like us a headline, and I told you so. And I told you so moment. Again, this is what they expect. And they're not wrong for expecting that, because why? Do you expect? It's almost like I tell people, give you a quick analogy, right? It's not racist for these people to expect that. It's not racist for these people to expect that. Why is that? Because if I go on my porch right now and I see a stray cat on my porch, I'm not gonna be afraid of that cat. Because why am I not gonna be afraid of that cat? Because I'm not gonna be afraid of that cat because I know that cats don't hurt people. Cats don't just randomly attack people. I'm saying maybe like lion, but I'm talking about, y'all know where I'm at. But if I go on my porch and I see an alligator out there, a snake, alligator is less aggressive than a snake, because if a snake on my porch and I try to pass him, he might bite me. An alligator, he might just go about his business. He's not gonna, but I'm just saying, I will be more startled, and I love animals. I don't love snakes, but I love gators. But I'm gonna be more startled and afraid when I see that snake or the alligator, because why? They have a history of hurting people. So it's not that I hate animals, I hate alligators. It's the simple fact that I'm just judging them of repetition. And so when you say, oh, they look for us to do it, they look for y'all to act this way because this is y'all pattern. Y'all have pattern recognition of acting like this. Again, this is let me read the credentials again. The older guy is the head of African American Chamber of Commerce. And the younger guy who was being the gangster and calling the dude and doing all that, the quote unquote initiator, was a councilman, a city councilman. And this is the way he acted in front of all these people, just complete embarrassment to the race. But again, this is why the children and everybody in the community act like this, because our so-called leaders, this is how they conduct themselves. I'm gonna play this video one more time for you guys, and then we're gonna get into the exhibit for today's show.
Oh my gosh. You're singing around. Yeah, you're singing around. Oh my gosh. You're singing around. Yeah, you're singing around.